There's nothing worse for your mornings than waking up to harsh sounds and then grabbing blue light and scrolling. All of your rhythms are messed up and your body's ready to spend the day groggy, tired, and confused. What we need is to regulate ourselves first thing with a return to a slow, gentle wake-up that still gets us out of bed like a phone alarm. Now, not to be dramatic, but everything about this device I love. It's not a touch screen, but you do have plenty of ways to navigate up top with short and long presses and even small and deep presses from there. On the back, you've got a speaker because it's also a sound machine, and then a USB-C charging port. But besides the screen, the buttons, and the speaker, that's kind of all that there is to it. Now let's talk about how this actually works. First thing it is an alarm clock. So when you turn the button up top, you'll notice at the top you start setting an alarm. And then you have to deep press, which is when you press all the way in for your alarm to be set, and it tells you how long until the alarm goes off. Now that's kind of the home menu way to set the alarm, but you can also short click the button to get to this huge list of menu settings. And the menu settings here include alarm, power nap, relaxation, meditation, bedtime, and settings. Each of those, of course, bring you to a different menu. The settings are kind of these general settings for how the clock face looks, different tones and the date and time, language shortcuts, the brightness of the front light, which you can change from 1 all the way up to 10. And so these are settings that affect the clock kind of no matter what you do. So if I change my alarm settings in that menu, then when I set the alarm from the home screen, it's going to change how it works. Now, there are also two other buttons. There's a light button, which is the sun. That will turn the front light on and off depending on how high you set the intensity. Let me turn my side lights off here. You can see right now there's a bit of a front light. Now there's not. Now there is. Now there's not. You also have a back button. Any menu that you're in, the back button will bring you back one page. If you're a couple menus deep into something and want to go back home, you can hold the back button and you're all the way back home. Now, the watch face I've chosen here shows my alarm at the top, the time, the date, and the battery. But you can add and remove as many settings as you want. So let's come back down to settings, clock face. Here's the one I've got. You can simplify it or make it more complicated as well. A lot of really good options. I like the one that shows me all the information without being too overwhelming. So from the menu, if we select alarm, we're going to get to choose a time. We click to move to the next item. Then the alarm is set. Kind of similar to how you can do it on the home screen, right? There are also other settings like bedtime is really important because you can select when the clock acts a certain way. When bedtime is on, you select when it starts, and it will stop when the alarm goes off. So at 11 p.m., my bedtime would start. In the settings menu, you'll notice that there's a bedtime tone. All that that's going to do is tell you when it's bedtime. So it's like an alarm at night. Now, you've also got options here for a power nap. So you can set how many minutes. It doesn't go very high because it's meant to be a power nap. And then it just counts down for you. I suppose this could also be used as a Pomodoro timer if you wanted to use it that way, just in sets of 25 minutes. We'll come out of our power nap. You also have relaxation and meditation. Those are different. Relaxation is when you get your noise machine. So you have a ton of nature sounds, but then also further down you have brown noise, gray noise, pink noise, ultra noise, and white noise. Now, all of these, to be honest with you, sound really good. So let's check out a couple of them. Let's listen to How about woods ambience? You also get to choose how long you want your noise machine to last. Sometimes we play it overnight, so we keep it on loop. And then the slider, the spinner here, adjusts the volume. Let me get my microphone up to it so you can hear how it sounds. Let's get out of woods ambience and let's try a different one here. Let's try bubbling brook. And again, outside of these nature sounds, you can also have things like white noise and brown noise. So let's listen to how that sounds. I'm not sure how it comes through on the microphone to the camera, but in real life, they sound really high quality. The speaker takes up most of the device on the back, and that size comes through with how it sounds. It doesn't sound tinny like a cheap alarm clock would. Now, outside of relaxation mode, you also have meditation mode. Meditation mode, you get some settings with as well. How many seconds until it starts when you hit it, chime intervals. If you have the Mudita Compact here, which mine is dead, but you may know that it comes with a meditation app as well. I don't meditate, but I do pray, and so it can be a nice prayer timer. But then outside of the actual settings, you can start your meditation or prayer, and you also can see statistics, which is interesting. And it will show you the last 7 days or the last year, how many times you've used it. And if that's something you keep track of or you're trying to hit a specific goal, that can also be really useful. So if you do hit the Meditate Now button, you can set how long you want to use it for, and then it gives you a little countdown based on how long you set it. So you have a moment to set it down, get your head in the right space, and then it will ding when it starts and when it stops. So there are a couple different ways that it times. I mean, power nap and meditation are both just short timers, but meditation does keep statistics there and give a countdown before it starts. Those are all really handy features that you can do on your phone. So why would you get a specific device for that? And it's because it doesn't do anything else. If you're anything like me, timers are just awful to wake up to or jolt to, and you get immediately distracted. If I'm doing prayer and I'm using my phone as my device to track, you'd better believe that in a couple of minutes I'm scrolling something useless. But here, that's not even an option. So if you've ever thought about leaving your phone out of the room or needing a better way to track work or prayer or power naps, it's really nice. No flicker, no blue light, gentle light. Oh, I forgot about one of my favorite features. So check this out. So in our settings menu, if I come to my alarm settings, I believe, yes, there are snooze settings and there are pre-wake up settings. Pre-wake up is exactly what I want to look at. So you can select this little chime that happens before your alarm. You see, I've got mine already set to 5 minutes. So if my alarm is set for 6 a.m., at 5:55, it sends off this little chime sound. And it's not meant to wake you up, but it's meant to get you out of a deep sleep so that you're more ready when your alarm does go off. If that sounds gimmicky to you, because it kind of does when you explain it, you have to know it's absolutely wonderful. I love it. I don't know how to describe it. I can almost feel my eyes opening slowly to that little chime sound rather than being jolted awake by this awful loud device with the entire information of the world on it. It's really nice. Then for the battery life here, I'm actually a little confused and split on this. you'll notice that my battery life right now says 39%, and I can tell you with full confidence that I have no idea how long that will last me. It seems that every day is a little different on the battery life. Of course, if you have the sound machine running and if you've got the light, the backlight on, the battery's going to die a lot quicker. But when I first got it, the battery seemed to die at about 2%, 2 to 3% a day is what I clocked it at. Then suddenly there were some days where it died by 6%, 10%, some 24-hour periods, I think it all the way up to 20%. Some days it barely dies at all. And so it's sporadic, I suppose. No matter what, you do get many days, long periods of time before you have to plug it in or you can keep it plugged in. But it is sporadic, and it seems to be on a sliding scale. Maybe at the top end, the numbers go down a lot slower, and then once it gets down to the last half, they start dying a lot quicker. So maybe it's a sensor estimate issue. But I'm also wondering if maybe when it says it's charged to 99%, it's really not, and I can charge it, well over 100%, however it shows. I don't know. What I do know is the percentage drops sporadically, and you have a long time with it before you have to plug it in. Otherwise, just bring a USB-C, because we all have a million of them now, right? This has earned a spot by my bedside. I really like it. I love the clicky tactile buttons. I love that 5-minute early kind of pre-timer thing. The sound machine, all the sounds are really high quality. It's meant to get you away from your phone at bedtime, and I'd say it absolutely does that well. Keep in mind, it still has to be a conscious decision to leave your phone somewhere else in the room other than right next to you, but this certainly replaces all of the alarm features on your phone that you would use as an excuse to keep it by your bed, and then some. It's got some extra ones too. Everything Mudita creates, I just absolutely love. It's like my favorite phone and now my favorite alarm so far. They have watches. I would love to check out one of those just because as a brand, I trust them. So you can check it out in the description or the top pinned comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Just know, when I go to bed tonight, this is right next to me. In case you were wondering.